Hey guys, today is May 17th. It's 8:24 a.m. I'll show you the time right there, 8:24. This is the beginning of a documentary on how to create a cell phone repair franchise and what it's going to take to make this happen. And it's the first thing is waking up, getting ready, leaving the house, 8:24 a.m. You gotta wake up early. It's like the old Dunkin' Donuts commercial. And the guy came out, baker, time to make the donuts. You don't want to wake up that early, but you got to do it. So here we are, trying to figure out how to create the next big franchise of cell phone repair, and if it's possible. I don't know. We're gonna try. It's not gonna be easy. It's gonna take hard work, but I think I have an edge over a lot of cell phone repair stores, which usually use aftermarket parts. But here at Fix It Pros, that's the name of the business, Fix It Pros. Go to fixitpros.com if you want to check out stuff. We actually refurbished the original Apple LCDs, and by doing so, let me give you a different angle I can drive to. By doing so, we create a really good product. Like, I'll give an example. The best LCD available is obviously the original Apple LCD, but the only way to get those is by pulling them off original phones. So that's kind of difficult to do because, usually they're going to be scratched up, or it's going to be very scarce, very difficult to try to outsource an original screen with the original glass. I mean, it's going to be next to impossible. Some people do it, but again, they're not brand new. Glass is usually scratched or whatever. So the next best, alternative is an original Apple refurbished LCD. So what we do at Fix It Pros is we take a cracked glass only of an original Apple screen, Apple LCD, and we are able to extract the glass, clean the LCD, make sure everything's functioning, touch everything, all the keyboards functioning, there's no dead spots or dead pixels, and we refurbish that original LCD to 100% working. And so what you get, the final product, is super high resolution, the same resolution that you'll see, obviously the glass, because you cannot buy an original Apple glass, they don't sell it. That's aftermarket, but we use a really top quality, aftermarket glass, and they call it a cold press frame. So that being said, you end up getting the same type of product that the original is. Touch works flawless, and even if you drop it, I'm not saying the LCD is indestructible, but if you've noticed, you ever dropped your iPhone, flip it over, you turn it on, the screen is completely smashed, but guess what? Most of the time everything still works. That's because of the structure, how they put together the LCD, like the design of it. I'll give you an example. The top layer is glass. This is unoriginal. The next layer underneath that is a sheet of, they call it OCA. Underneath that, then you're going to find the digitizer, which is the touch part, and then your LCD, which you see all the visuals on. Okay, that's how the original is assembled. The aftermarket copies, if you ever got your phone repaired, one of these mall franchise places or whatever, the way the Chinese or the aftermarket are made, they usually come from two different factories. How they do it: one factory makes the LCDs, and the other factory makes the digitizer and the top glass. And that's how they're becoming very cheap, because you got two separate entities or whatever making the production a lot faster. So anyways, how it works with the aftermarket is they have the top glass, Then they connect the touch digitizer directly to the glass. Then they take probably the Oka sheet of glue and they adhere it to the LCD. So then they sandwich it, okay? So it's like a sandwich. You got a piece of bread, you get your meat, and then the other piece of bread. Well, I guess it's the same thing. Glass and digitizer, the glass and the touch, on top of the glue, on top of the LCD. So usually, you know, the resolution's always a lot less. It's not as clear. The resolution's not high. The colors are usually a little off, a little more pale. Like usually, like a royal blue is kind of like a pale blue. So it does the job, you know, and it's fine. But if you drop it and you put a crack in the glass, because the digitizer is connected directly to the glass, 9 times out of 10 the touch stops working. So, and those LCDs are unrefurbishable. We try. They're really meant for just put it on your phone. It works. You know, you don't, as long as you don't drop it. And sometimes that's not even the case either. Sometimes they just stop working, but it just depends on the quality. So, anyways, to recap, you got your original Apple LCD, very difficult to get. I mean, unless you get it from somebody's phone that's like damaged, you know, just like the motherboard's damaged. But that's going to be very rare. Glass probably is going to be scratched, okay? Then the next is the original Apple LCD that's been refurbished with an aftermarket glass. That's the tops, okay? That's accessible, that you can buy. You're going to pay a little bit more money, but it's the best quality. Then you have your aftermarket, which again, the design flaw, but you have different copies like, you know, AAA, AA, whatever, and then they go from there. So it just depends. I've seen customers come in to our store where the LCD is so bad, that the quality is so bad aftermarket, it totally looks pixelated. I mean, you can literally see like kind of like lines. And I've asked the customer, "Oh, do you want to get this fixed?" Like, no, we already fixed it somewhere. We just want to buy like a tempered glass or a case or something like that. Wow. I mean, I would not feel comfortable selling my customer or anybody a really bad quality LCD. I mean, and the difference in pricing is so like obsolete. Like, you know, like the guy who installed that LCD, that aftermarket LCD with pixelated, he might have saved like $4 or $5 maximum. I mean, it's ridiculous that of the work that people are putting out there. I mean, unfortunately, with our industry, it's not very difficult to repair a phone, especially, you know, when they came back out with that clam shape. When the iPhone 4s, very difficult. When they came out with the 5s and now became with the LCD popped off, it became a lot easier. So a lot of people got into the business, and now you're getting a lot of mobile guys going around. I mean, it's not really a big deal to fix a phone. I mean, you watch a couple videos and, you know, there's a couple little tricks here and there, but, you know, so people are buying these really bad LCDs on eBay or wherever, and then they're going out and installing them on their friends' phones or whatever, which, you know, hey, everybody has to make money. But it's just, I just feel like if people, you know, cared a little bit more about their craft, they would do this a lot longer. I've been in this industry, repairing phones since like 2014, around there, like really 100% fixing phones. So, you know, I really care about the quality that I'm putting out there, and even if we use an aftermarket, again, we give the customers the option. Okay, we have 2 different prices. Sometimes some people just, they don't care. They want to return the phone. They want to give the phone back in. Glass is cracked. They want to pay the obviously the least amount because they have to return the phone. So that's fine. But still, even at that point, I want to make sure that the quality of the aftermarket is really good quality. So that way, if they use it, decide to keep it, you know, it's not horrible. You know. But anyways, we have the 2 prices. So we have the aftermarket price still, and we let the customers know, difference between, the two, resolution, touch, and again, just depends if the customer's on a budget or they just don't care. Whatever the case is, we have the options for everyone. So anyways, talking about, so my thing is, a lot of cell phone stores don't refurbish, okay? It's like, I want to say maybe at every 50 stores, I mean, I might be wrong, leave a comment, let me know, but I'm thinking like at every 50 stores, this is just my experience, let's bring it down a little bit. Okay, let's say out of every 25 stores, maybe one cell phone store is refurbishing, at least what I think, okay? Well, at least what I've seen. I don't really see a lot of guys refurbish, because it's something that, like, it's not easy, you get glass in your fingers, I mean, you get like a lot of cuts, sometimes like splinters, and a lot of times you can break the LCD, and some people think, well, why are you refurbishing an iPhone 5 or iPhone 6 LCD where they only cost 15 or 20 bucks on eBay? Why spend, $4 or $5 on a glass, and then you still got to buy a broken LCD, and it's almost like the same. It's like a wash. But guess what? If you care about the end result, meaning your customer's experience, what they're gonna see, how, they're viewing their kids' pictures, or they're looking to buy things, or they're watching videos. I mean, if you care about that, then you would want to refurbish or use refurbished LCDs, because a lot of these phones, like I said, you put an aftermarket LCD, and the colors are just completely off. Like, that happened to us one time. A customer. This is before we were doing the 7s, because they were very scarce to get. Like the iPhone X right now, like I can't even get my hands on one. Like, no customers are coming in. They're so expensive right now. But we'll be refurbishing those soon. But anyways, when the 7 came out, customer came in. I mean, there was no option. It was like they either paid like, I don't know what, $200-300 at the Apple store, or they used an aftermarket. I mean, we had to let them know. But lady came in. She had, I guess, a picture of her, or I don't know if it was a prom dress or some dress, and it was like a royal blue dress that you saw on the screen, because everything was still touching and working. Because they were in a hurry, we weren't able to refurbish it, so we just put an aftermarket. Wow, what a difference! I mean, it went from royal blue dress, and I didn't really notice it, to be honest with you, to a pale blue dress. Now, it looked fine to me. It was okay. Again, we don't use the cheapest ones, but I guess if you're a person that you have your dress, you have yourself picture of yourself with your dress, dress on, and that color blue, like maybe it was a special occasion, I'm not sure, but I'm sure, you have that picture up there for a reason, because you like the dress. I'm not sure, maybe she sells the dress, I'm not sure. But when you see that color blue, and it's like a crisp royal blue, and then you get the phone, and then that's the specific color of that dress that you paid a lot of money for, and you bought it. And now you get your phone back, and you click on the front screen, and that royal blue dress that you probably paid a lot of money for and are very proud of, because it was a special event or whatever the case may be, is now pale blue. I mean, that makes a big difference. So right there, that really, made me, try to really push to get the 7s, get the 7 Plus, try to really stay on top, even if I have to pay more money to get the broken LCDs, because of that. At least give people the option. At that point, there was no option. It was either you left your phone cracked, or you went to the Apple store, paid a lot of money, because I don't think they had the Apple Care warranty, or you got this aftermarket. I mean, it's just that was that plain and simple. So my point is that you got to care about this business to have longevity. So this is where I really feel like these big brands, I don't want to name them, but they're like the big ones in the malls and the whatever. And they say they use genuine parts, okay? What does that word mean, genuine? It doesn't mean original, I'll tell you that right now. And it doesn't mean refurbished. It means like products, which are the aftermarket products that they get from overseas. And I've had plenty of customers come to me where they've actually had the phones fixed. This lady had a 7 Plus. She fixed it with me before. I used the original Apple LCD. She was really happy. Something happened a couple months later. She broke it again. They were at the mall. She told her husband, well, you know what? We're at the mall. Just get it fixed, okay? Now, remember, she already experienced going from her original to my aftermarket refurbished, which everything was the same. All the colors were the same. Touch was the same. Everything was the same. She was happy. Now she gets her phone fixed from one of these big chain places in the mall. And when they're done with it, they give it back to her. Again, she notices the colors. And she told me she was not happy with it, that she actually she paid them $25, okay, to put back the broken screen. So she returned it, but they charged her $25 to reinstall the old one back again. I mean, I get that, it was their time, whatever. But the point is that they didn't have an option, the mall. It was just either you get the aftermarket or that's it. There's no other option. I mean, I understand why they do it. I even question myself, like, okay, let's say, I've only got one store right now, but planning to open up a second store and go so forth. But I even question myself, like, am I able to maintain to have the supply for each store? Like, obviously if I am the only one refurbishing, obviously I'd have to teach someone. It's not an easy task. So that's the whole dilemma. But that's why now I have the option. So I like to give people the option. So maybe, that way I don't have to every LCD, I usually have 40, 50 LCDs, ready to go, refurbished. But instead of doing that, now I carry like aftermarket to give people the option, so I don't have, in case I run out of one, or they know what they're getting. I'm not just saying, okay, sure, we'll fix your phone, and the customer has the expectation of, oh, cool, my glass is only cracked, and I'm just getting the glass fixed. Or it's a little confusing. A lot of people think, like, some websites have, they'll say like, oh, glass only repair is this price, or glass and LCD is this price, or the funny one is, they'll have, oh, LCD only repair. It's like, come on, what are you talking about? You're not just fixing the LCD and keeping the original glass. I mean, there's no way. I mean, even if you did refurbish, you destroy the top glass taking it off. I mean, I don't know why they confuse people. So when people come to my store, I don't really get into the whole, okay, we'll fix the glass only. They're getting a whole new LCD and glass kit. That's what they're getting. I mean, I'm replacing the whole thing. Even if they have like an original, say you come into my store with with the aftermarket, and I'll give you the option. Do you want another aftermarket, or do you want an original? And if you say original, obviously there's a premium for the original, because we take the LCD out of our stock. But now your phone is going to look 10 times better. It's going to look just like the original, okay? And vice versa. If you have just the top glass is cracked, at times, I'll be honest with you, we don't like confusing the customers and, giving all the details about, oh, well, it's just the glass. We'll probably give you a discount if your touch and LCD is working and the glass is only cracked. I usually give you a discount, you know what I mean? Because I don't have to now buy this LCD. Even though I have them ready, I'm not going to refurbish yours like, right then and there, because, it takes time, and they're very delicate. So we're not, we have a time when we do our refurbishing. But if we're doing your repair, you'll be out in 15 minutes. I can probably refurbish an LCD in 15 minutes, but now I got to do the repair, but it's going to take me another 15, 20 minutes. But we'll usually have you out in 15, 20 minutes doing the whole like just repairing the phone for you. But So guys, all right, just want to let you know this is the beginning, and hopefully you learned something. If you guys need any questions, or maybe interested in learning how to refurbish, or buying parts or whatever, leave a comment. You'll see our website in the description. And all right guys, have a great day. Thank you so much. See you soon. fixitpros.com.